today's episode was grand. It was just grand. In today's episode, we talked about we talked about Marvin Sapp and what happened with him and the church when he ordered the doors to be locked as he was seeking to raise funding, right? And some persons had a problem with that. I did not. And I talked about it and I shared my thoughts. And for today, we unboxed this amazing book, The Four Agreements. And I shared the four agreements with you. So please watch to learn about those. Very, very important. I also unwrapped my Ferrero Rocher chocolate with nut in the middle. Delicious. And we had one. And I also unwrapped this Welch's non-alcoholic sparkling grape juice. And as you can see, I just poured me another glass. So that's what we did today. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, share with a friend. Let me know your thoughts. And I also, by the way, shared with you the funding opportunities available for April. The top funding opportunities, over 100 grant opportunities shared. So you cannot miss this. Thank you so much for watching, and let's get into it. Let's do this. I love to open new packages. There will be the latest information on the top funding opportunities for entrepreneurs who are seeking funding. Come along with me. I'm Coach Raquel, and it is a passion project for me. So I am so happy to bring this to you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. Oh my gosh, I just love the music. Don't you love the music? I think it's just so happy. It just it puts me in such a joyous mood. And welcome to today's podcast, Refresh, Relax, Renew. And this is episode 6. Can you believe it? Episode 6, and we're still here. I am so proud of myself. I really, really, truly am, because I wasn't quite sure if I'd make it, if I was going to start and then, lose interest or start feeling nervous and scared and feeling like, you know what, this is not good enough. I'm not doing well enough. Maybe I'm not for it. So many things sometimes goes through the mind that can be so debilitating, so distracting, and also very disencouraging, if there's such a term. Not encouraging at all, make you feel like, you know what, this is not from you, this is for somebody else. But I have a voice, I have something to say, and I have stuff I want to share with you, and I hope you're seeing me properly. I hope my light is good today. But here we are, we're still here, and I just want to say thank you so much for staying with me, for watching, for liking, for subscribing, for sharing. And I hope that you continue to do so. Thank you. Amazing. I wasn't sure about this today. I look so clothed. But being clothed is good. Being covered is good. It's a good thing. And I think it's a sexy thing too. So anyway, let's get on with this. So welcome back to the podcast. Refresh, relax, renew. Here we are. So let's go. Of course, the first thing we're going to talk about, well, just to let you know that today's haul is going to be kind of small, which is okay. It's okay. It won't always be a big haul, but I'm very excited about it. And also, I have interesting stories that I want to talk about. So let's get into it. Let's go. Here we are. Okay. So today, because like I said, I have opinions like everybody else, and sometimes I like to share them. So let's get our speaker ready, because there are audio clips that I might want to share. So we just want to get our speaker ready. Come that sound that you make. There we go. Bluetooth mode. Connected. The first one actually is about Marvin Sapp. I remember him as a gospel artist, recording artist. And hang on a second. Yes, I remember him as a gospel recording artist, but recently, I think it's like in the past couple of days, he was in the news for what persons are saying is he ordered the door of his church locked. My understanding of it is that he was seeking to raise some funding. He was doing fundraising. And so he was just saying, okay, let's close the doors because tonight we're hitting this target. That's my understanding of what it is. I didn't get the impression that he was trying to kidnap anyone. I didn't hear anything from the background that made me think that people within the church were feeling like they were about to be kidnapped and they will not be able to escape. What I heard was a man saying, okay, we have a target to hit, and he was going 100% and maybe 110%. I don't know, he was going hard. But for me, it is when we appoint people to lead us or when we surrender to leadership, what do we expect of them? Of course, we're not expecting anyone to abuse the power of leadership. No, we're not. But leadership in and of itself isn't necessarily a pleasant ride. They're not taking you on vacation. They're taking you to a goal, and there are going to be different aspects of the ride. Some will be bumpy, some will be harsh, some will be soft, some will be tender. It's a process. And sometimes for me, when I heard this story, I sat to myself and I'm thinking, okay, so we want black men to lead, right? We want men to lead. We have to decide if we want them to lead or not, because when they lead the best way they know how, so much criticism. And I'm not saying criticism is a bad thing, because yeah, it's necessary too. But again, of course, remember, like I always say, like when I speak on these stories, first, I forgot to do this, but first I want to thank the persons who are in the stories, whose stories we are discussing. I thank them because they're going through the pain of it, right? And we discuss these stories here on Refresh, Relax, Renew because we see them as breakdowns that help us to do our self-work so we can achieve breakthrough. So the entire experience does not have to be wasted, because we know God is an intentional God, and nothing that happens within or around us is by accident. It's all in our interest, whether it's just for a lesson or if it's for support, if it's for provision, whatever it is, everything, all of what God gives us, I'm grateful for, and we ought to be grateful for, because in the end, they feed us, they build us, they help us grow. And so as we discuss these stories here, it's about spotlighting the breakdowns that we can then uptake as an opportunity for self-work so we can achieve the breakthroughs in our lives. Okay, awesome. Because it's a smart person learn from themselves, but also wisdom you learn from other people, right? So yeah. So yes, so I was saying with Marvin Sapp that he ordered the doors closed because, based on my understanding, he was seeking to raise $40,000. And I think as he was there speaking, as though he was not getting the kind of response he wanted. So he's like, okay, let's go harder then. Okay, lock them doors. Let's close the doors because tonight we're reaching $40,000. So I want you to dig deep. I'm paraphrasing here. This is just my understanding of the thing. We're going to close the doors. I'm going to do this. Now, for me, this isn't new because I work in media and I've worked on multiple projects. This is not new for me. When you're in there and you need something to be, I've done it where I've said, no, we're not leaving tonight until this is finished. I know you want to go home. I know you have, but we're not going. So let's lock them doors because we're going to go tonight. We're going to sit down. We're going to get this done. We have to get it done. That's what leadership is. So we have to decide, do we want people to lead or not? Anyway, I'm going to play a clip from the Rickey Smiley Morning Show where he's addressing the issue. I'm not playing what happened because you can go there and you can check it. And that's what I want to talk about. I just wanted to share my thoughts on it to say, listen, we have to decide if we want people to lead us or not. Okay, because leadership is not necessarily going to look necessarily the way we expect it to all the time. And of course, I still think, and I've always said this, even though my thoughts and my interpretations and understandings and perceptions may differ from others, I believe we all have our purpose to serve. So there's also lessons to be learned from those persons who are coming with harsher critique, and persons who think he was wrong for doing that, or persons who think, oh, he was kidnapping people. I never got that impression at all. Okay, so here he is speaking about it.
Had dwindled after my wife had passed my membership had dwindled after my wife had passed because I had to travel more in order to take care of me and my kids.
Right.
So, my membership, it dwindled, but we never lost anything. And as a matter of fact, this is factual. The day I announced the new pastor, I burned the mortgage of the church. When I left Grand Rapids, I left my church not only debt free, but I left them with 6 figures in the bank and put a brand new pastor in and walked away and moved to Texas. I'm not walking around here trying to be a pimp. I'm not trying to take advantage of people. That's never been my passion. I'm serious about ministry. And let me go one step further. There's a whole lot of other pastors around here that are doing the same thing. Most pastors in America are bivocational, meaning they have jobs outside of their churches. The average church size in America is only 75 people. Look it up. It's factual. So we're not getting rich off the church. I am bivocational. I'm a W-2 employee at my church. I have a syndicated radio show that I do every week to over 60 different markets. I own real estate. I have mutual funds. I have annuities. I have stocks. I play the market. I took my money and I didn't trick it.
Money that you made,
money that I made from music, from hit records. I'm one of the only gospel artists with billions of streams.
And you tour.
And I tour. I just came off of a tour.
Sure.
That I made tons of money on. And I'm at the crib right now chilling because I don't have to go on tour. I can wait and do my next day.
Basically, you saying all that to say you don't need no $40,000.
I don't. Done. And I will take it if they gonna give it to me. But I did not raise this money for the premise and purpose.
And that was a program that helped you get
right
to where you
They
are.
gave me a platform. And my membership had dwindled after my wife had passed because I had to travel more.
Right. Isn't it sad that this man had to come out here in these streets and had to put his financials on Front Street? Isn't that interesting? And let us ask ourselves this: who are the people who are speaking negatively about him? Are they members of the church? Are they people who care about the church? Are they people who have been supporting the church? I'm just asking. I am just asking. And I'm not saying if they haven't, they have no right to speak. I'm just asking. But what I take from this is, or what I want to say about this and leave the thought I want to leave on this is, we have to decide, do we want these men to lead or not? We just have to decide. Because if we're going to place them in leadership positions and expect them to deliver leadership targets, and if you want them to be accountable for the outcomes, then you're going to have to trust their process and you're going to have to support them. Everything and everyone is flawed. So will there be some flaws in the outcome? Yes, but we have to wait to get to the outcome to then learn what the flaws were or what the gaps were. And then we have to learn from the gaps. We can't anticipate the gaps or anticipate the failures of a leader and expect that leader is going to be able to operate with confidence. If you want your leader to operate with confidence, you have to give him the leg room and the latitude. You have to give him that runway for him to be able to fail. Because was it what Thomas Edison, how many times did he fail before he did his invention? I think of the light bulb. Was it of the light bulb or electricity? Whatever it is that Thomas Edison invented. And forgive me for that, right? I'm just saying, you have to give people latitude. You have to give them a runway. You have to give them time to do what they're doing. And you have to have faith in your leaders, because sometimes, let me tell you something about leadership. Sometimes you have to crisscross and go around corners and undercut and go over ground and come around to come back to meet the target. And you don't need people questioning you through the process. Wait until the process is completed, and there will be time for assessment. There will be time for assessment. We can't mitigate all mistakes and all failures. We have to open the door and allow a leader to lead. And then we have those moments we say, where we come together and we do the assessment, we do the reporting, and we say, okay, what are the lessons we learned here? What are the things that we could do differently? But we have to wait until it's finished. We have to decide, do we want these black men to lead or not? This man sounds like an excellent leader. I didn't see any, I saw leadership when he said, lock them doors. Even if I were in there, man, I would have had to dig down to get even $1 if I had to, because he had a target to meet. We let him in through those doors. And we allowed him to stand up there trying to meet this target. And we're going to benefit from the target. Even if he pocketed it, we still benefited. You see, we need to be careful how we underestimate human resource. You know, it was this morning I was talking about a client that I had who's been so rude to me for a couple of years now. And then today he figured something out and he came to me and he apologized because he realized that what he kept asking me for was not my job. I delivered my job. But you see, what happened is when I resigned or I left the project, because he didn't fire me, he just added someone to it, and I did not want to work with anyone, because when it comes to certain areas of work, if I'm sharing this space, like it's like accounting or when you're administrating someone's website, right? And you have a second person who have access to that too, you have to be very careful, because what if they make a mistake? Then I'm also accountable, right? So I removed myself, right? And then he realized after I removed myself, he realized he was losing money. Lots of money, thousands of dollars, right? And instead of coming to me and say, hey, I'm not quite sure what's happening, he was blaming me as though I did something wrong. And me, when you blame me for something I didn't do wrong, I let you talk. I have nothing to say. You have to ask me a question. You've made your conclusions. I'm gonna leave you with it. I'm leaving you to your conclusions, okay? And then he realized, hang on here. Yes, when she let these things stop, but I wasn't paying her for these things. You see, you can hire, so when you hire someone to clean, you might get someone who cleans the areas that are visible to you. And then you have those cleaners who clean the corners. And then you have those people who clean both. You see, I'm a cleaner of both because I'm 100%. Whenever I go into anything, I go in 100%. And this is what happened to 100%ers. Sometimes we come in so hard that people misunderstand the energy of what we come with. It's really the targets we're trying to hit. We're not doing any chit chat. We're trying to hit the target. It's the target we're trying to meet. And sometimes because of that, we're seen as difficult and this and that, when really and truly it's the target you're trying to meet. You know, the better the leader, the more uncomfortable you will be as a follower. That's what we don't understand. But a lot of times, you know what the word chooses? The person who cleans the visible places, the places you can see and it looks clean. Yes, that's beautiful. Yes, that's this. But what you don't know, but the client didn't understand is the things I was doing for him they're not in the obvious areas. It's in the back end. I was protecting him and he didn't know that. It's what I'm saying. So I was thankful for his apology. And in one simple step, I fixed it for him. You see, we have to decide. You either have faith or you don't. You either trust God or you don't. You hear some people say, oh, God provide, glory, hallelujah, God provide. You know, when times are hard, and you have to decide, man. If God is providing, times are not hard. God has you where he wants you to be. God gives you the amount of resources he wants you to have. I'm just saying, we have to decide. I'm not here to, we have to decide. It's either we believe God or we don't. It's either we have faith or we don't. It's either we have the leader lead or we don't want him to lead. But everything is not going to be clear every single day of that leadership in every single aspect of it. And there will be gaps and there'll be holes and there'll be errors and there'll be mistakes and there will be human error too. You have to even give them space for human error. So that's what I have to say on that topic. And the next thing I want to talk about, and I think this leads very well into the next topic that I want to talk about, which is Halle Berry. I love her. She's one of my favorites, Now, Halle Berry made a statement that I think is so powerful. The system is not really designed for us, so we have to stop coveting that which is not for us. Mm-mm-mm. What is she talking about? Now, Halle Berry questions impact of being first and only Black woman to win Oscar for Best Actress. And she says, did it matter? Did it? Did it matter? Does anything, all right, any seed you plant that didn't grow and expand so you can impact other lives with it, so that it's not just you but a greater benefit than self, is it worth it? If I'm building a house and at the end of building that house, the only person who not sees it, but the only person who benefits from it ever is just me. It's just me, nobody else. It never inspired another house. It never inspired a homeless person. It didn't do anything for anybody else. You have to ask yourself, was it worth it? Not that it's not good enough for you. Yes, it is good enough for you, just you. There's certain things that, if you have to build it just so you can enjoy it, yes, it has a lot of worth. It is fantastic. Congratulations, Halle, on your Oscar. But if that thing does not inspire or affect others or impact others in any positive way, was it worth all that work? Just put up a tent instead of build a house. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I know that for me, I want my work to have value. I want whatever I do, whatever I take on, even this podcast, like I would like to know that there's somebody who's being inspired by it. So even just one person being inspired by it. You know what I mean? That's what I would like. So I understand where Halle Berry is coming from. And so it led her to talking about, okay, these systems, this is something that I never quite understood. I never quite understand somebody protesting to be let into something that they didn't own or it wasn't theirs. It is just something I never understood. I've often wondered, like, why are we protesting to be let into a place that we don't own? You see, I have no problem with segregation. I don't. I'm not saying there should be or shouldn't be. I'm just saying I don't really have an issue with it. I think people have the right to gather in groups that serve their needs based on who they are. And we have segregation everywhere. There is segregation. I'm segregated in my own home. Strangers don't live in my home. You have a school for the deaf. Can I say deaf? For the hearing impaired. You have impaired. You have school for this. You have Apostolic Church and Church of God. That's segregation. That's separation. That's separation based on the target audience. So I never quite understand when I see my people protesting because they need to be let into somewhere, or they're not hiring me or my kind or whatever. Okay, so we build our own. Let me tell you what I think protesting should be for. I think protesting should be to prevent you from negatively affecting or impacting what I'm building for me and mine. That's where protesting for me has great value. When I'm in defense of my own, I'm protesting you tearing down my thing. Even though in the back of my head, I feel like perhaps the reason sometimes we protest to be let in is because people feel like, well, I had my own and you tore it down. Now you're going to have to let me into yours. But I just feel, for me, I don't want anything that's not mine. If it's not divinely mine, I don't want it. I don't care how good it is. I don't care how it makes me feel. I don't care what it does. If it's not for me, I can't do the struggle thing. That struggle thing, that struggle love, struggle acceptance, struggle money. Dear Lord, please remove it from me, my presence, my vicinity, my family, my community. No struggle, God, no struggle. Flow. I want what the universe has for me, what was appointed for me, what was assigned for me. That's what I want. I want what wants me. I want to be where I'm welcome. Yes. And I'm not saying everything is perfect. There are dark holes and imperfections and blemishes everywhere. But the blemish should be on the lesser side, and the benefits should be on the higher side. I find that, especially when it comes to this topic, the whole Oscar thing, I feel like the few crumbs that they've allowed to escape the table indicates to me that this is not for you. So I really don't understand why we keep hoisting it up as the standard. It cannot be the standard when it's not for you. How can you make something a standard for your life when it's not for you? Which means you will not have any power in its leadership. You will have no power in how it's exercised or how it is operated. You have no power. Why would we? And I think we do this not just in the Oscars, but throughout our communities as melanated people. We prop up these people who and these powers and these movements that does not prioritize us. I just don't understand it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong, because maybe that's God's will. I do not know. I just don't understand it. So I completely understand what Halle Berry is saying. And it's and I also want to say this. Though now Halle Berry having after she has grown, she has gotten wiser. She's learned so much from her experience. Yeah, looking back from this place of wisdom, you're thinking, was it worth it? But I think for the age Halle Berry that won it, it was worth it for her. Whatever it did for her, then whether it made her feel like she was successful, whether it gave her the inspiration to say, yes, I can do this, whatever it did for her, whether or not it was the best route to get that kind of motivation or inspiration, whether or not it still worked. So I still think to honor the experience that she had and the drive that got her there in the first place. I don't think we should throw out the work she did to achieve it, all the efforts she put in to achieve it. So yeah, the Halle that you were, it mattered too. It mattered to the then you, the young you, it mattered too. But as we grow and we get wiser, we can do the evaluation and say, that's what I'm saying with leadership, right? You don't get to do the assessment in the beginning. You have to wait until the end to do that. So anyway, that's all I want to talk about for today. I hope I didn't offend you, because that was not what I was seeking to do. But I hope instead that you were inspired to have your own thoughts and your own, interpretations of these things. Don't just rely on what everybody else has to say, but have your own thoughts, have your own opinions. Have your own thoughts, have your own opinions, have your own interpretations, and understand that nobody has your purview or point of view. Nobody has your vantage point in this life. You're the only one who does. You are the only person with your vantage point. So don't undervalue your perspective, whether or not we agree with it. Just remember that, yes, it's good to have information and to share and to hear what other persons think and stuff. But remember, your vantage point takes precedence. Okay? It takes precedence. That's all I want to say for today. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for listening. I'm so happy. Can you believe we're on episode 6 of our podcast? All right. Now is the time for us to go to our unboxing. Oh, sorry. Episode 6. Episode 6. Episode 6. Can you believe we're at episode 6? I cannot believe it. I am really, truly, truly, truly so proud to be at episode 6. Now, we are going to look at, we're going to now go to our unboxing. And today, it's very small, but I just want to, let me share this. Okay. I'm just going to share the Amazon on the screen, the Amazon haul, but there are 2 things that I call it 2 or 3 things that I'm pretty much kind of unwrapping today. And the first thing I'm unboxing or I'm unpacking or unwrapping is this book that I bought. The 4 Agreements. I've already purchased the book in Kindle, but I realized that, you know what? This is a book I want. I don't like it. Prime. This is a book that I I wanted, oh God, I love the smell of books. Yeah, this is a book I wanted to have a physical copy of. I want to have it. I want to be able to mark in it. I want to be able to highlight things. I want to feel it. I want to feel it when I'm reading it. I want to touch it. I want to go through it how I want to go through it. And I realized that's what I wanted. Oh, it's cute. So that's why I decided to do it, to purchase this book. And there are a couple of books that I feel like want to purchase. Like I this is a dream I have, right? I have a dream that I would like my husband, when we meet, to build me a tree library inside. It's one of the reasons I haven't bought as many books as I want, because I feel like I don't have the place for it. But one of these days, oh my gosh, I'm going to have the best outdoor design library possible. A tree designed with plants and stuff. Just this. I want it to look like. I want when I go into my library, I feel like I'm going down a track, and it's just books and and branches, books and branches. That's what I would like to have someday. Anyway, so this is The Four Agreements. Yeah, by Don Miguel Ruiz. And I just want to share with you what the four agreements are. I'm not going to read the entire book. This is, I'm getting emotional. I can feel my eyes welling up with tears. Like, this book changed my life. It was one of those books that really, really changed my life because, how do I explain it? For so long, like, I feel like I was so conditioned that I would just do things without thinking, as though I had to do them. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't in awareness of the agreements I was making with myself by following blindly. And this was one of the books, because I have quite a number of them. One of the books that really, and as a matter of fact, when I first heard about the four agreements, it was like a PDF document that I got. I think it was like a workshop that I went to, and I got the PDF document. I went through it, and I'm like, oh my gosh! And I went and I read the book. You know what I mean? And he has also the fifth agreement. I also have that book, but it's on my Kindle. Powerful stuff. Like, I just think, so I just want to share them with you. The first agreement is be impeccable with your words. Let me just see if I can give you a synopsis of what that is on page 25. Be impeccable with your words, it says. It says the first agreement is to be impeccable with your word. It sounds very simple, but it is very, very powerful. Why your word? Your word is the power that you have to create. Your word is the gift that comes directly from God. The Gospel of John in the Bible, speaking of the creation of the universe, says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word is God. Through the word, you express your creative power. It is through the word that you manifest everything. Regardless of what language you speak, your intent manifests through the word. What you dream, what you feel, and what you really are will all be manifested through the word. Wow. Thank you, Mr. Ruiz, for your book. And the next agreement, the second agreement, don't take anything personally. Oh my gosh. This is one of the best advice I've ever been given, because again, I was in this it's like I was on autopilot in life. It's like I was in autopilot. I was so conditioned that I was doing things. I was waking up in the morning because they said to wake up in the morning. I was doing 9 to 5 because I'm supposed to do a 9 to 5. I wanted to get a particular house in a particular way with particular furniture because that's what they say. Why? What I had to learn is people are going to share their gifts. I have to first learn who I am so I can decipher what to take and what to leave. Anyway, the second agreement is don't take anything personally. The next 3 agreements are really born from the first agreement. The second agreement is don't take anything personally. Whatever happens around you, don't take it personally. Using an earlier example, if I see you on the street and I say, hey, you're so stupid, without knowing you, it's not about you, it's about me. If you take it personally, then perhaps you believe you are stupid. Maybe you think to yourself, how does he know? Is he clairvoyant? Or can everybody see how stupid I am? Wow. That's number 2. Let's move on to number 3, the third agreement, page 63. Wow. Powerful stuff. Take nothing personal, because to be honest, but when you really think about it, it isn't personal. It's just people expressing themselves. sometimes, for example, like even on Facebook, like I might post things and persons will draw to certain conclusions because they express it, I know, and they think I think a certain way, but sometimes the very thing I post was just something that ran through my mind. Sometimes I'll say something because I was watching a movie. Sometimes I'm crying about something that has nothing to do with me. It's just something that was evoked in me because I saw someone go through something, and know I have thoughts about that thing that they went through. So it's not personal. It really is not, unless you're having a discussion with someone and you request for them to be personal with you. Now, that, of course, is a whole different context. For example, if I say to you, can you please tell me what you think about this video? I'm still not going to necessarily take what you say personally, but I have a personal interest in your response. See what I'm saying? Okay. So the third agreement, don't make assumptions. Oh, this is something I really try hard not to do. We have the tendency to make assumptions about everything. The problem with making assumptions is that we believe they are the truth. We could swear they are real. We make assumptions about what others are doing or thinking. We take it personally. Then we blame them and react by sending emotional poison with our word. That is why whenever we make assumptions, we're asking for problems. We make assumptions we misunderstand. We take it personally, and we end up creating a whole big drama for nothing. Nothing. That needs nothing more needs to be said. So the fourth agreement, page 75. Let's go to page 70. Wow, I love this book. I love this book so much. I love this book. Okay, now the fourth agreement. I didn't show you the others. Let me show you this one. The fourth agreement. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so grateful. I'm so humbled. Anyway, the fourth, there is just one more agreement. There is just one more agreement, but it's the one that allows the other three to become deeply ingrained habits. The fourth agreement is about the action of the first three. Always do your best. This is what I always say. I always say to myself, when I used to struggle, and especially when I change that word, when I've had serious challenges, or when I get to a place, and even though I'm at such a place too, because I'm at a place with, will I ever get married? Will someone ever love me? Will my husband ever find me, or will I ever find him? And I feel so stuck in a way, in that I feel like there's nothing I can do. And whenever I come to this place, I always say to myself, have you done your best? Have you done your best? And if I am confident, and if I feel like I'm speaking the truth when I say I've done my best, then I'm okay with leaving the rest. I have this thing that I say, well, it's a voice in my head, and the voice in my head for me is my God, is my understanding of God. And I always have this voice in my head that speaks to me. And I remember one day the voice in my head said to me, Raquel, by the way, I'm not sharing my name on my, I'm Coach Raquel. Did I say it? Forgive me if I did not. But the voice in my head said to me, if it's bigger than you, it's because it is bigger than you. which for me, the meaning was it's now divine. Because if it's bigger than human, then it's now divine. So leave it in God's hands. It's divine. If it's bigger than me, then it is bigger than me. And also, it being bigger than me could also mean seek someone else who may be wiser, smarter, have more access to more resources. Seek help. Seek help. And I have to learn the difference between seeking help from a regular person, or if God is just saying this is in his hand. You know what I mean? So even in doing our best, it includes seeking help, not just trying to fix the thing ourselves, but also seek help. And if we feel like we've exhausted all all we have in our arsenal, all we have in our toolbox, all the resources we have access to, then that's enough. Anyway, I'm going to read the next thing he says here. He says, under any circumstances, let me go again from the top because I interrupted. There's just one more agreement, but it's the one that allows the other three to become deeply ingrained habits. The fourth agreement is about the action of the first three. Always do your best. Under the circumstances, always do your best. No more and no less. But keep in mind that your best is never going to be the same from one moment to the next. Everything is alive and changing all the time. So your best will sometimes be high quality, and other times it will not be as good. When you wake up refreshed and energized in the morning, your best will be better than when you are tired at night. Your best will be different when you are healthy as opposed to sick, or sober as opposed to drunk. Your best will depend on whether you are feeling wonderful and happy, or upset, angry, or jealous. I say this: own your truth moment by moment. As this says, do your best, the best you can in the moment. And trust the universe for the rest. Okie dokie now. So we're finished with this one. So let's now go to the next one. Am I going to share that? Do I share? Okay. So the first thing I'm going to share with you is my Ferrero Rocher. Is that how it's pronounced? Ferrero Rocher. There we go. So I'm opening this package with you today. It's so cute. And I have with this, I shouldn't have left it so far. Okay, so let's put this. Okay, let's move this up here and put this here. Okay, so the next thing I'm opening is this baby. So I'm opening these two with you today. Yes. So let's open them up, have a bite, and have a sip. All right. So have a sip with me and a bite with me. Let's pull this. Oh, let's do this one first. Okay. Let's see how it goes. This is kind of wet. So. All right. How do we open this? All right. Here we go. There's a little thing right here to open it. Yeah. I hear that. I like to hear the sounds of unwrapping and unpacking. I love to hear the sound of unwrapping something. Ta-da. It's all over my hand now. It's stuck on there. Ay, ay, ay. Ooh. Oh, gosh. I smell nuts. I smell chocolate. Oh, yeah, baby. Look at that. Okay. So we're going to have one. This is already saying hello. It's already saying hello, so we're going to go with it. It was already saying hello. Hey. So, look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Have you ever had this chocolate before? You haven't. This is what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Okay. So let's open our. Okay. So this too has a little thing right here. So we just start right there. Yeah. Just start right here. Okay. And I had something just in case. I don't need it, it seems. Oh. And then just put it off. So it's just a turn. It's a screw. You just screw it on. Screw it off. Yeah. I usually do this on my ASMR channel, but I felt like this today. So I get my amazing book. Cheers to our. Hey, right. I needed material or something to hold it. I'm a little. Hold on, hang on. Whoa, hang on. I saw something bubbling a while ago. I don't want it to spray all over me. So, this back here. Whew. All right. Yeah. So there we go. And oh, did I show that to you? So that is Welch's non-alcoholic. There we go, right here. That's the Welch's non-alcoholic sparkling grape juice. Woo, yeah, kind of a little bit messed up, but that's okay. That's quite fine. So let's have a bite, have a sip. So let's just close it off by saying bye. Cheers. Cheers. Let's take a sip. Oh yeah, it's very refreshing. Now we're gonna trot on over to our.
Are you an entrepreneur or business owner looking for ways to increase the business cash flow? Well, you're at the right place. Go grab your pen and paper, then let's begin.
Bear in mind, conditions apply. All grants have specific deadlines. For more information, please visit our website at www.mycoachministry.com. Scan this QR code now and begin.
There we go. All right. So remember, I told you we haven't had a bite of our chocolate. Let's have a bite. Let's have a bite. Delicious. Cheers. Oh wow. All right, let's just finish. Worth every penny. Oh yeah. Very, very refreshing. So that's our haul for today. Anyway. Oh yeah. Forgot to put my headset back on. Oh my goodness, that was lovely. That was really, 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 really lovely. One more sip, please. Oh yeah, give it a try. Really good. Anyway, let's get to it. And by the way, I don't know if I said it. I don't know. I don't remember if I said it, but I bought this and the Welshes at Price Smart. Price Smart here in Jamaica. It's located in Kingston. That's where I bought these. Unlike the book, that was from Amazon. Just to be clear, make sure I give the correct information. Anyway, let's get to this now. It's time for us to look at. My mouth has something going on there. Time for us to look at the funding that are available now. And of course, that's on my website at mycoachministry.com. And the blog is at /blog. I'm already on that page. And today is I'm recording this video on the 1st of April, but you're going to be getting it maybe the last week in April or so. Right. So here we are. They were published today, and we're just going to go through. So I'm just going to show you what's there now. I'm not going to read everything with you. I'm just showing you what's there. And then next episode, I'll go through and share with you the different sections of what's available. Okay? Awesome. Let's go. Okay. So where to find the best funding opportunities for April 2025. We are pleased, it reads, to provide you with these funding opportunities and resources. You are welcome to share this information with your personal and professional networks. We are not affiliated with these organizations, so please direct any specific inquiries to them. And all the grants, most if not all the grants that are posted, well, all of them have links to access further information. Okay, awesome. So this article lists more than 100 grants. This article lists more than 100 grants, resources, and opportunities for businesses globally, in Canada and in the US, also in Africa and the United Kingdom. Well, it says globally. Additionally, there are over 95 more opportunities available in 25 US states. And for these, you can just leave a comment in the comment section or send me a query at Ask Coach, and I can get those specific for you. So which you can access by commenting below with your specific inquiry is right what's there. So just reach out, because those are state specific. So we need to know what state are you in, and a bit more information to share, because it's a lot of information, right? And we don't want to overcrowd an already overcrowded article, blog post. You know what I mean? So here are the funding opportunities for April 2025. If you end up being awarded a grant or accepted into an accelerator or fellowship, I would please let us know about it. Please share it in the comment section or email us to share the news. All right, so we can celebrate you, yeah, and be happy with you. Awesome. So we have global opportunities as outlined, and like I said, I'm not going to go through each of them today, but in another episode we'll do that. And then we have global opportunities for just people anywhere in the world, and then we have Africa specific opportunities, and then we have Canada specific opportunities, and then we have opportunities only within the United Kingdom. And then the last one we have is opportunities only within the United States. And at the very bottom, it repeats it again. Where is it? It's a very long blog, but it's useful information. So at the end again, it states for state-specific opportunities within the United States, we have over 70 opportunities within specific U.S. states, which are not mentioned in this article. If you have questions about funding/grants, resources, and opportunities for the most recent opportunities by state, click the button below. This is where it says Ask Coach. Just click that button below and submit your request. Please, when you are submitting a request for anything, please remember, the people you're speaking to, they don't necessarily know you, right? So you need to give them as much information as possible, or as relevant an information as possible. So when you're sending your request for the information, who are you, what state you are, what kind of business you're in, the better the information you give us, the better resource we're able to get for you. Because if you just say, oh, I'm in New York, we might just come and give you all the things relevant in New York. But if you say, I am a new entrepreneur in this particular area of business, a little more information. So I'm just saying, bear that in mind when you're making your request. That's all I'm saying. I'm not telling you what to do. Just bear it in mind when you're making your request. All right? Wow. Today was lovely. Please let me know how today was for you. Was it useful? Was it helpful? Did you enjoy it? I sure did. And in the beginning, I didn't go through our ASMR moment, so I want to take our ASMR moment now. So I'm going to increase the audio on the ocean, on the sounds of the ocean, and we just listen for a minute, okay? Awesome. Yeah. So beautiful. Isn't that beautiful? Just watch the ocean move and listen to the sounds. Whew. Mm-hmm. Wow. Wow. So we have come to the end of another show. And I just want to say thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting this podcast. And again, I want to thank the persons in the stories that we spoke about. Today we spoke about Marvin and we spoke about Halle. Which I just want to thank those persons for their experiences, because their experiences, their breakdowns became inspiration for our self-work, so we can have our breakthrough. So I just want to say thank you to them, and thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting, and please remember, like, share, comment, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Please interact. Let me know you're there. And if I say anything that was useful, let me know. It would be nice to know, that I'm touching somebody's heart, that I'm inspiring someone. That someone values this and someone appreciates this and someone find worth in this. So thank you so much for being here. And sorry. And as I go, I just want to wish you the best, the absolute best. Listen, get up and try, and get up and start and do something, anything. Just do what you love to do. And the right people will show up to support you. The right people will show up, and you may hit some walls and some rocks, on your way. You may even get some disappointments and stuff, but all of it will work together for your good. The world will conspire, the universe will conspire for your success, for your happiness, for your joy, for your contentment. Don't be afraid to give it a shot. If give it your shot where you are. You don't have to wait to heal to begin where you are. Begin where you are with what you're comfortable doing where you are right now. You don't have to do what I'm doing. You just do what you do, you know? And so today I just wish you the absolute best, and have a great day, a great week, a great month, a great year, a great life, you know? And I just wish you well. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much. Goodbye. I love to open new packages. I want to deliver the latest information on top funding opportunities for entrepreneurs who are seeking funding. Come along with me and Coach Raquel, and this is a passion project for me, so I am so happy to bring this to you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching.